characters that we know, specifically Nakia, Okoye, and M'Baku, really into these kind of older sibling roles. And I think that sort of tendency of the movie is best shown through M'Baku, a character that is just so ferocious in the first movie and yet so measured and has clearly learned so much from T'Challa coming into this one, which is setting up some crazy stuff going forward for the MCU, which is that not only is M'Baku a much more sensitive leader and friend, he is now going to be the king of Wakanda, it looks like.
It certainly seems to be implied in the end that he's going to take the throne. Shuri is not interested. He says she sends her regards. He shows up. I don't think anyone on that waterfall was going to challenge him, or certainly not win if they did. So it is interesting. Perhaps it's what I was alluding to before, that the MCU going forward doesn't want to make Shuri the Black Panther and the leader of Wakanda. Let's have M'Baku be the leader. So I think that's it feels like they definitely put him on that track, and that's where we're going to go in the future.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Joshua. Like, it seems like they saw how much the audience reacted to him in Black Panther, and so they kind of like teased a larger role in Wakanda Forever. He didn't get as much screen time as I would have liked him to, because the movie just had so much to tackle. But like, you going into, the next phase of the MCU, yes, he looks like a valid leader for Wakanda. He's, level-headed. And I just can't wait to see more of this character.
I mean, it could even be, the hint could be in the title of the movie right there, Wakanda Forever. Maybe Marvel's thinking about, like, maybe it doesn't have to be as much about the Black Panther. Maybe we want to focus more on Wakanda as a whole. This movie really does do that. It does give us a much bigger sense of Wakanda's place in the world and place in relation to Talokan, and that rivalry that gets established there. But yeah, I think that the future is going to be very interesting with M'Baku at the helm of the country. I think he's going to be a good king. I really like what this movie did with him.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, are we all in agreement that M'Baku would be a good ruler of Wakanda? Because for me, he's great comic relief. He's also a great warrior. He's a great ruler of his tribe. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on how he would handle things on the throne. So I'm kind of curious, like, well, Alex, you've already spoken. You think M'Baku would be a great leader. What about you, Joshua?
I'd like to see what he does with the place. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He's definitely an interesting character because he has as we saw in the first movie, a very extreme point of view and, has a really strong attitude. But in this one, we really saw that he matured a lot. I think his experience in the first movie really, humbled him a little bit. And in this one, he felt a responsibility. Yeah, the snap. Mm-hmm. In this one, it felt like a responsibility to, be a good advisor to Shuri. I think he even said that it was T'Challa who asked him to take that role, and he took that very earnestly, and he really put his heart into it. And I think he's lost a lot. And there's a line in the movie where they say the broken people make the best leaders, and so I feel like he's suffered so much, from the snap and losing T'Challa and everything, that I think he has a lot of wisdom to share going forward.
And it's and this kind of character development is actually well seated even in the first Black Panther movie. We see him save T'Challa after Killmonger tosses him into the river. Mm-hmm. It's the Jabari and M'Baku who preserve him and keep him alive. Even M'Baku totally could have taken the throne. They literally ask him to take the heart-shaped herb and defend Wakanda from Killmonger. He says, no, the real Black Panther is right down there. We just got to thaw him out a little bit.
But to your point, Agim, it is one thing to lead a tribe, a complete other thing to lead Wakanda. And I think it would be, really interesting if you picture that UN scene with Ramonda in the beginning of Wakanda Forever. Like, try to picture M'Baku in that scene.
Yes.
Like, it would just be like, no, what are you guys talking about?
Just eating carrots.
Chewing on the Slim Jims, or carrot, whatever it is. Now, M'Baku was great. Ironheart was pretty great as well. So I want to